wants divorce to happen, but it's an unfortunate fact of life. There is a glimmer of hope, though. Studies show that between 2008 and 2016, the divorce rate dropped by 18%.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you, millennials.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Speaking of percentages, did you know that nearly 70% of divorces are initiated by women?
Actually, that stat is substantially higher in my family.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 100%.
100%. 100%. All right.
So let's talk about a type of divorce that's tougher on people than maybe most divorces might be. It's called the no warning divorce, which I think is a really nice way of putting it.
It is.
It's the oops, I came home and I'm not married anymore divorce.
It's surprise, we're getting a divorce.
It's a divorce that comes out of left field. According to thetelegraph.com, no warning divorces are a growing trend.
Which that is upsetting me.
It is upsetting.
It's very upsetting.
Didn't we just say you can't break up with people by text? You can't divorce them that way either, people. Do we have to be this specific?
I can't believe we have to have an etiquette for divorce. Well, we have relationship expert Dr. Venus Nicolino, thank you, aka Dr. V, in studio to help us make sense of this. Welcome, Dr. V.
Thank you for having me.
So a person should get some type of warning to know that they're gonna get a divorce, right?
You think?
You think, right? You should be like a heads up.
Yeah, pregame.
A pregame.
Yeah. Like when you're talking about we're gonna have dinner, you go, oh, we're also gonna get a divorce.
Yeah,
Right.
just kind of slip it in there with pass the salt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen some of this?
I have seen this, and the problem is we're living in a very conflict-averse world. Now that's hard to believe, given that everyone's arguing over politics, bigger issues. But the problem is those arguments remain unresolved. So we never really learn how to resolve conflict.
Yeah.
So we stay away from it. So the no warning divorce, you do for two reasons.
Got it.
You do for spite, and then you do for guilt.
Got it. You know what? I thought about the spite, or maybe being gutless.
Oh, interesting.
Because to me it's gutless, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't think about literally being afraid.
Yeah.
To feel bad that you want to leave somebody and you know that's going to hurt them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the relationship lacked a vocabulary or a narrative for openness. And I do believe that over time, many relationships, that communication skill begins to erode, along with the cultural atmosphere we're in.
Right.
Yeah.
To talk about things we're uncomfortable to talk about.
So what you're basically saying is, if we weren't communicating in the first place in the relationship, we definitely aren't going to communicate about getting a divorce.
Exactly.
But do you think it's happening more now?
I think that we're talking about it more now. I don't necessarily know if it's happening more now, but there would be reasons if it were happening more now. I mean, a lot of people believe that social media is a big factor in the no warning divorce. And like I said, if you're arguing online all day and you have no idea how to resolve that conflict, you're going to bring that into your relationship.
I mean, it's amazing that you would not to have a discussion about getting a divorce.
But I can see it. I can see people. There are certain people I go, this person would approach it this way.
But think about it this way. Like, we live in such a privileged culture, and a privileged culture promotes privileged relationships. And what does that mean? That means that swipe right, you're in, swipe left, you're out. People think of their relationships like an Amazon Prime order. And so they don't really think about what a relationship means. And it's like, the real question is, are we forgetting how to love people?
Oh, girl, bam.
Yeah.
Are
we forgetting how to love people?
Are we forgetting how to love people? It's such an amazing thing because people I know are very conflict averse, and yet this kind of behavior seems destined to cause immense conflict.
Yeah.
So we found these tips, Dr. V, on dealing with no warning divorces. So we'd like to hear have you weigh in on them, see if they're any good.
Yes. One is like you may not get the closure you want.
Okay, closure is a myth.
Ooh,
in general.
Go ahead.
Oh my God.
If you think you're going to get closure on anything, you're fooling yourself.
Closure is a myth.
So why are people always telling us to get closure?
You know what? Because you think it'll make you feel better, but it really doesn't. At the end of the day, the only thing that makes you feel better is time.
I was going to say time.
That's it.
I was going to say time.
Yeah.
I'm not a
You're right,
doctor, but I was going to say time too.
For me, I always say, in relationships when I felt like it was time to end it, from my point of view, has always been rip that Band-Aid off quickly and respectfully, because whenever you're doing something somebody doesn't want, there's no way to not hurt their feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no good time to be like, I don't want you.
Right.
Yeah.
There's not a day when you're like, you know what, I'm open to hearing that. Rejection today feels fine.
Yeah.
That's never, even if the other person
Never.
wants to leave too.
Right.
Yeah. What about being a detective of the past? They say that gets you nowhere. Because I know a lot of people try to, Angela uses this word, they try to forensic up the past and be like, this led to this led to this.
Yeah.
And so that's why this is happening.
Like,
Yeah.
is that going to help you at dealing with a no warning divorce?
No, it's not going to help you.
Dr. V, I love the way you just like, no.
As a matter of fact, it might make it worse.
I think so too. Because that's like
You know,
digging up into the womb.
Sometimes, while the detail, people are looking for a why, right? They're
Yeah.
looking for a why, and they're looking to develop a narrative around. We're meaning-making creatures. We want to have meaning. So to
Yep.
find details you think will create meaning around this terrible circumstance, but it actually just might make it worse.
Oh my God, I totally think that's true. That like this, the inclination to create a narrative or to
Yeah.
create a story
Yes.
when you don't have
It's
any of that
human.
information.
Yes.
So I watch people all the time, like
Yep.
make assumptions, take
Yes.
information, try to say, well, maybe it was this, maybe it's that. It's like, you don't know.
Yeah. And it's a human thing to do. It's so human to want to create a story.
Yeah,
We're
yeah, yeah.
storytellers. That's how we communicate with one another.
So I'm going to ask you as a doctor.
Yes.
Do you think that therapy can help?
Okay, so here's the thing. When couples come to me, I ask them a question. Are you here to work things out with your partner, or are you here to learn how to live apart? And a lot of people don't think about that. Like, why am I going into this environment? Why am I going into this session? So a lot of times people, they want to learn to live apart, not together.
It's so interesting. Usually, I feel like one person is thinking one thing and the other person's thinking the
Right,
other.
right.
Like I have a friend who went to couples therapy. The first session, they're sitting there and her husband is like, I want a divorce.
Yep.
And she's like, I thought we were in therapy
Yeah.
to keep our marriage. And he's like, oh, I thought we were here for me to ask for a divorce
Right.
in a safer setting.
Right.
Basically, with a
Yeah.
therapist here to help you hear it.
Yeah, and have that question come up first. It makes the couple have a conversation,
Yeah.
either with me or without me.
Yeah.
And to start that conversation sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
So that both partners are on the same page.
That's right. So there is a proper etiquette, you would say.
Etiquette is such a funny word.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, etiquette really means you are aware of your behavior on other people, right? You're aware of your behavior and how it affects others. So is there a proper etiquette to divorce? Yes and no.
Okay.
You should be aware of your behavior on other people.
Always.
But is it like, don't chew with your mouth open, get your
Right.
elbows off the table? It isn't like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's being humane and having being resposible. So that's where the etiquette comes in at.
Oh, well, thank you,
so
Dr.
much,
V.
I mean,
Me Time with Frangela.